Ah, a forge. The one place metal and bread are welcome in equal measure.
Look out, I see a trap nearby.
A whetstone wheel. Now, what do I have that needs sharpening?
A whetstone wheel. Now, what do I have that needs sharpening?
A whetstone wheel. Now what do I have that needs sharpening?
Hold. Our enemies have laid a trap.
Have I got anything that needs a good firing?
What can I cook up today?
Careful now, that's a trap.
got anything that needs a good firing.
There must be a way to spring this trap safely.
There must be a way to spring this trap safely.
Ah, a forge. The one place metal and bread are welcome in equal measure.
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Careful now, that's a trap.
There must be a way to spring this trap safely.
What can I cook up today?
Careful now, that's a trap.
Perhaps I can detonate that explosive from a distance.
What could that have done?
I may have a blade or two that could use a honing.
Perhaps I can detonate that explosive from a distance.
What can I cook up today?
Careful now, that's a trap.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them gulls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Cyseal, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Cyseal. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy. Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage? This. The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues of all things.
Well, great deeds require the occasional leap of faith. I myself might have done the same.
And end up a stiff tangle of limbs on a forgotten beach? I prefer a measured step to a flailing leap, thanks.
Horse hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
Death is its own deliverance!
The force of Maxos is within me!
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
We can't well turn away from such an odious show of source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal.
Indeed. For all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Counselor Jake's murder. This seems to be broken. 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 Maybe the lock could be jimmied.
Shiny gems as much as those other fellows? I admit the King's Stone was pretty, but hardly as tasty as a nice crumb of stale bread. Oh well, whatever tickles your whiskers. Has anyone ever told you you're as pretty as a starstone? I may not be able to see past your ankles, but I'm sure of it. Chip. I come from a long line of tomb dwellers. They say the matriarch of... Squeak! This is where the ancient... Squeak! Do you like shiny gems?
a wanderer comes my way, walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer. Call me Ishmael, son of the... An exiled shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky, not his native, tender water. Of course I can talk. Don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine, for I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur. Time is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when your existence is one of misery, she becomes a lethargic hum. Oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead merry children. All this I have seen, alive, alone. Alas, my fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirty little ears, only to claim they can hear the ocean? Of course they can hear her, the brats. We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for. Yes, yes, I, King of Pearls, ache to repose anew on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the water. Swing me as far as your arm's strength gives peace. And treasure long sunk I will grant thee. What do you say, kind knight? Will you return the King of Pearls to the sea, so he may yield you long-lost treasure?
Kindness is its own reward, and then there's the promise of treasure to boot. Let's throw him into the sea.
Agreed. Let's send him home.
Liberator, kind benefactor, bless me the might of your sea-bound witch. The sea, I have returned, where every wave feels like a perfect kiss. May the bounty of the deep be yours, along with my eternal gratitude.
Oh, home.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single ord in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel. We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Rivalon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
Ever kept the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon, buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah!
Aye, a noble word for watchdog, that. For that is what we do. Watch over the local dog.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
What do you want to know? So, it's Jake you're looking for. Ship sailed on that one, I'm afraid. Fellow's dead. Murdered.
Can't tell you much more, except that I heard he was found face down in a puddle of blood, being used as a water fountain by his own pet mongrel.
They say 'twas his wife that did it, and I'd bet a bottle of brandy they're right. A devilish flirt, that one.
As if that proves anything. Just keep your trap shut, will you, Bibius? Bunch of barbaric bastards, a lot of them. They'll kill your spouse and eat your children. We've been putting up a fight against them, to be sure, but they have the strength of an ox in every single one of their fingers. Takes an army to dress down a dozen.
Well, we did bring a legion.
Just bite your lip, will you, Bibius?
Scythiel, yes. Where fishermen come to live and street dogs come to die. Now, which of the two would you be, then?
Just cut the cackle, will you, Bibius? Now then, stranger, if it's the city of Scythiel you're looking for, you're heading in the right direction. Even though most folks are trying to escape rather than reach the damn place these days. Not that I could blame them. This place is cursed, I tell you. First the dead rise from their graves, and then entire tribes of orcs sound the trumpets of war. You take to the rifle-less.
So, you're sorcerers, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. That don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
Capital, come along. We're not far from the city.
Okay, this is a single malt, imported all the way from Hawkesbury, you know. It ain't the local pig swill they sell for that.
Lovely day for a swig and a song, isn't it? What do you want to know? Fairly well.
What the hell's happening down there? Orcs! Bloody orcs! Come, let's go back to the bridge. Let the source hunters handle their big brutes.
Step aside, Lindy.
Guess someone else got here first.
See how fast she scuttles!
I can see the white light. Several stabbed to the very heart of my enemy.
Maybe now you can learn something useful.
Who was that joker leading those
like
orcs?
how to wash your
Damn traitors.
Where are Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
Taken before his time, far before his time. Hail, Source Hunter. Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you. I'm a proud Legionnaire and always will be, but I thought we'd be doing more slashing and less dying when we landed in Sicil. It's these orcs. Now that they have bees in their bonnets about God only knows, we need every hand we can get. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here. They may need help. I would go myself, but we Legionnaires are under strict orders never to abandon our posts. Never know when another one of these little raiders might sidle up the beach. Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the Cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed, orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Sicil? One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours. I like you much better with your guts on the floor. Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you. Taken before his time, far before his time.
What fool would trust a suit that love pushing out of a backstage circular from Yuko's door?
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
Your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes. Bringing your little orchid girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house. Nonsense. Listen. What fool would trust a suit that loves pushing into the back circular from Yuko's gore?
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you. Beasts, I'll kill the last one of you. Oi, the Source Hunter! Nice to see these winds beats me. Whatever that we lead, lad, that rat is up. Oi, the Source Hunter! Oh, I'm not. It's these all. That rat-faced shaman are there. Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you. Taken before his time, far before his time.
You're lucky we're protecting the rear.
Hi, the Source Hunter. Nice to see. Lovely day for a swig and a song. What do you want to know? Fairly well.
like a gorilla in a porcelain store. You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold, there we are. Meet my other half, hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane. Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The Orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most Orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness. You couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. This I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of 2 worlds. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter, and I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
Sects? Undead? Orcs? Oh, looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Arthur mentioned?
Bringing a little Orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house. Nonsense.
These buckies we've got.
save Earth.
Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire. We need more help. She's hot.
What if the orcs are
Really?
sending another
The
fleet?
greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a rope.
Orcs are sending another fleet.
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
The ship's blazing ever higher.
One of the orcs are sending another fleet.
We need more help or she's lost.
Sailor, what news from the mainland?
Oh, nothing new, sir. Zombies, skeletons, you know the story.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicil? Name's Conrad. Cargo trader, sea captain, an expert in all things nautical. Folks across Andervale know to give old Conrad up. Those orcs must be out of their barbarous minds launching. I'll tell you, the only time I'd consider waging a suicide.
Sauce? Here? In Sicil? Bah! Who knows if it's even over for sure?
Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbor.
Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
Are those the biggest buckets we've got?
We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbor.
We need more help or she's lost.
We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbor.
We need more help or she's lost. Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire.
The ship's blazing ever higher.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Well, tuck my tail and call me Bessie. A 2 feet address me directly? Huh, I thought I'd never see the day. Oh, me and my brother Bull have dragged this here cart all around Sicil, from dock to graveyard and back again. Speaking of Bull, you ought to say hello to him. He's clairvoyant, you know. Can tell your fortune to the T.
I'm seeing 2 feet approaching me and... Here you are! My powers astound even me. I'm Bull, the leading clairvoyant in Sicil. The 2 feets never bother to ask, but I see all that is and is to be. Of course, most winsome 2 feet, of course. What would you like to know? Why, yes. Most wealthy indeed. But, well, that depends, 2 feet. That depends. I see that love has caused you to falter in the past. I see. That's all for today.
Hidden between darkness and light.
What kind of struggle?
The signs are unclear. Tell me, have you felt Draconius Mage interfering with your mineral days in the past fortnight?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Tending to mind its own business.
Now, there's that famous Scorpius temper of yours.
Moo!
I swear I can hear that bleeding cheese version from here.
Moo-wee!
Plenty of fish in the sea.
Sicil, shiver me
Well, I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Where'd you learn that little trick, Source Hunter? The Red Lamp District?
said to him, I said to myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
We'll be leaving Good as on soon you. as we're packed up.
These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
You there! I said to myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay.
Fancy a sip, skipper? You deserve a drink after handling them orcs.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Size seal, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage. I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
I needed that.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage. I used to see orcs in every shadow when I had too much rum. Now, I see them sober.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up. Size seal, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels. If you're taken to the sea, leave a wide berth around that black cove. Haunted as me granny's womb, it is.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Well, you see, the gold and silver planets in square aspect suggest a struggle within you. The signs are unclear. Tell me, have you felt Draconis mage interfere in your movement phase in the past 12 months? Now, there's that famous Scorpius temper of yours.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks. I can't even smell the sea air.
Seal, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Size seal, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels.
Moo-wee!
I can't even smell the sea air over this farm.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Courteous, proud protector of this house of Legion goods. Courteous is my name, the Legion is my calling. This is a storing house for Legion supplies, perhaps the most important building in the realm.
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to our humble warehouse. Have a look around, and don't mind if I pick your brain about the... I tell you, this gig sure beats getting my toes bitten off by zombies out in the field. And, of course, every now and again, some friendly folks, like yourself, will wander through here. And nothing beats a pleasant conversation. Though, have you talked to him? Thinks every man, woman, and child who steps foot in this place wants to rob it blind. If I so much as greet a townsperson with a hello instead of a state your purpose, he starts frothing on and on about this Jake business is quite the scandal, no? I myself suspect then again, and you didn't hear this from me, but I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Oh, it's an unparalleled...
This place reeks of orc stench.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show them all.
God, duty's not so bad, hey?
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
I think I can just sneak past.
Report!
Nothing to report, sir.
You'll never have anything to report.
Isn't that a good thing?
a source hunter! About time the council took us seriously. Of orc stench. One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Nothing but rubbish.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Strike viciously.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all. This place reeks of orc stench.
God, you's not so bad.
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
Just making conversation. Mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Courteous, have been trusted to guard it.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Courteous, proud protector of this house of Legion goods.
Moira, one day you'll show 'em all.
Report?
Still nothing, sir. Suppose there just aren't any thieves around.
If there were no thieves, why would we be guarding this place? Think!
Makes sense, sir.
Keep your pleasantries to yourself. What are you doing inside?
One day.
If there were no thieves, why would we be guarding this place? Think!
Makes sense, sir. God, duty's not so bad. Hey,
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
That's enough of that now!
If it's riches you're seeking, all you need's a friend guarding the treasure room.
Loves me.
Well, a source hunter. This place reeks of orc stench. This place reeks of orc stench.
I've spotted something.
This place reeks of orc stench.
Long
One day you'll show 'em all. One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all. One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all. This place reeks of orc stench. This place reeks of orc stench.
Too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like...
Ah, who better than a proven orc?
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one...
Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge Ninius's...
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a...
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls. When who did I see? Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore a vial of love potion shattered over her head. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she...
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteem, I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a...
You see what a fool my friend has been. Spending all his...
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure...
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamp.
Let her live. If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove...
You would trust a quack magazine from youthful gore? She's clearly liable to snap at any minute.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Think of the intel this creature could provide. And if she begins to revert, these men are armed and will be able to subdue her.
ordered a similar love potion from Youthful Gore before, you know. Since you obviously have no special affection for me, I think we can conclude the advertisements just don't deliver.
This place reeks of orc stench.
All right, we'll do it your way.
Glad to hear I'm not the only...
No! She's hurt! You...
All right, we'll do it. You
glad to hear?
No, she's harmless. Please.
No, we'll do as I say.
Bravo! I trust not only the potion...
You're going to regret that.
Too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love. Ha! When this little charm fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
Oh! No! Too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love. Ha! When this little charm fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
Come now, enough doom and gloom. Cast your gaze instead upon my fair, fanged filly.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sheiks.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Nonsense! Listen! She's purring, the darling.
What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore?
Too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love.
So what do they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Side sail, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before you. Very few.
Drink and gamble. That's all we do around here. Hope you fare better, Source Hunter.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before. Know much about zombies, do you? How about walking bones?
What's this I've spotted? All that digging and there's nothing here.
I give milk. I give wool. And what do I get in return? One way or another.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Or
No, that would be an insult to the dead.
You can't insult what's not alive to be offended. I say we dig.
All right, we'll do it your way.
as you prepare to break ground.
All right, time to get digging.
Here's hoping we find...
You plunge your shovel.
What's this? I found something.
The earth here seems to have been...
No, that would be an insult to the dead.
And a disgrace to whomever is maintaining this gravesite, too.
You step away from the grave.
Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his research, the poor dear hasn't had a proper night's sleep in months. Moo! Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's... Moo! Don't... Moo! Moo!
tricks hardly make her worthy of such grave responsibilities.
Anybody? Neither of you cares.
You look, but you cannot see.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
That tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gone
So,
far.
which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
But if one were to reach... Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. But, no matter. Even if it couldn't spare me, why, it was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single act. Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my... Yes. If that's how she's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye. I expect she'll be a very successful healer. Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more... From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events saw some...
Stone. Interesting indeed.
So, which of you... Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
We're dancing in the shadows. Those men hunters.
I think I'll stay off that particular device.
What's taking the tenderfoot so long?
Oh, another one for the collection.
Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence? So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Those men hardly so long for this world.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter?
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence? So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence?
Now, a tone soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. Anybody? Neither of you
Those
cares
men
to
are
plead for his
made
very
for this world. What's taking Tenderfoot so long?
Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence? Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence? Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence? Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence? Excuse me, this is a private sick room. Oh, I'm sorry. It's this I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision, I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation. But perhaps it's better off. What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business. Before, thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his third grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in that nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen. And, yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name. I myself was nothing if not sceptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain. Don't dither long. These...
Now, a tone soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
Boris, what do you think? Would you like to learn more about the patients before making a decision? You are? I thank you a million times for your help.
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone.
There's no way Boris should receive that stone over Stephen. Think of Stephen's wife. his children, his grandchildren.
Stephen's an old man. He has lived a long, full life. Boris should have that same chance.
His troubled mind can't have gotten far.
Stephen's death will hurt far more lives than Boris's will. Let's minimize the heartbreak of this terrible situation and save Stephen.
All right, we'll do it your way.
Stephen, it is. Yes, I'll deliver this. No, this is highly abnormal.
Thank you.
What is this? This lightning. What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all. By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here. Oh, yes. Proper introduction. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed, how you got on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected... at last a question I can answer most definitively. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as... Show, don't tell, I always say. So...
Might be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You saw? Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal! It's... The portal has become active! Fantastic! Astounding! Onward we should go!
Nothing but rubbish! Another one for the collection.
The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like you, dear stranger. You, those torches, a light! This portal active once more! Goodness me, how right you are! There's so much... It is the void itself! I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Ah, though I cannot say for certain if it is what I... In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered, for I believe... But why spoil the mystery? After you, after you. You first, but don't dilly-dally. Yes, just as I'd hoped. There she is. There it is. Come, don't delay.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp.
Astounding! Unbelievable!
You have brought guests, I see.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was...
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon a stone? So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy. Not like this, no. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not worked...
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likeness source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What would...
Mysteries of all time. Gaps in history.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by...
I see. What the...
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume... Indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more...
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the voids in...
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, will you please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt up... What it be, Source Hunter? Do tell!
Not but a moment ago we were hunting Source in Rivellon. And now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Say what Zigzags and the Weaver will. I need more evidence before I'll buy into this wild tale.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some...
I got something for you if you're up to the challenge. Come, come! I got something for you if you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll but you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, you know, don't go sharing it around. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've attacked.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't know. But ask her if she clicked.
Like the imp said to the wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sight. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history. Both from what I can gather, though. They were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended ruins, caves, the lair. Neither do I. But the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that this in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who... We may not understand the how yet. Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine as long as no one skewers me with a sword, and even then I'll be back in a jiffy. But of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record. So, gather those Starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this lonesome, observing the frontier of creation, surfing the vibrant tide of... Well, yes, actually. I don't... Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after all these years. I can hardly wait to pick her brain about the great battle of the sons of Sigurd. Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can.
two of us. Two beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides. Absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend.
Source Hunters! I welcome you once again to the realm of I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with it. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket, but perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without I'll not pretend to have all the answers, or if Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. He wondered aloud, what on earth a cat? So I told him who I was and showed him my human. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. Oh, before you go, here. Take this teleporter. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have. Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if...
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. My pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is.
Good look out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Cyseal's ramparts.